Hello traders, my name is Kenneth Unaji and I'm your daily Forex trading inspiration here at Proculus Trading channel. Okay, so we'll be looking at the DXY, we'll be looking at the EURUSD, the AUDUSD, then we'll also be looking into the Yen Index, which is the JPY basket. And out of the JPY baskets, our primary focus is going to be the pounds JPY. So come along with me as together we unravel what the chart will be presenting to us in the coming week and see how we can look into positioning ourselves for either a buy or a sell in the coming week. So come with me as we go through this chart breakdown together. Stay tuned. So of course, guys, as usual, we will start with the DXY. All right. So what do we have here? Of course, start with the fundamental. Okay, so the fundamental is actually saying bullish. Okay, why is it saying bullish? Because we have the fact that the GDP of the US dollar, okay, is the best among all the major currencies right now. Okay, so we have GDP at 4.3%. All right, compared to others that are some are struggling not too far from zero, and majority of them are below zero. So the GDP of the US dollar is actually the best right now. And then secondly, okay, it has the safe haven attributes. All right, so fundamentally speaking, the US dollar is bullish. All right, so what do we have? So from the fundamentals, we now go to the monthly time frame. All right, so you can see that price actually took a bounce of this level right here on the monthly time frame. All right, so this, and then also we can see that this trend line going upward is still being respected. And then also now the key concern right here right now is these two this price action that happened here, these two candlesticks put together, this bullish engulfing, this happened about say what 6 months ago. However, price have remained in the range of this bullish candle right here. So we have liquidity resting up here, we have liquidity below here, but there's also a sweep of liquidity right here on the monthly time frame. Okay, so we're actually looking for price to move to the upside right here, and then we have a magnet up here on the monthly time frame, which is this monthly fair value gap. All right, so we expect price to make a go for this monthly fair value gap. All right, and then either push you downside and then continue in whatever direction it wants to go. But for now, right now, we still have a lot of space to the upside between this monthly fair value gap and this price at this point right here. So my take is that the monthly is still bullish from the analysis I just provided right now. Okay, so we go to the weekly time frame. We go to the weekly time frame. What do we have on the weekly time frame? We can see that price is locked in this range right here. Okay, price is locked in this range right here, and then we can see this level here on the weekly and this level here. Price made a bounce off this level and then also made a bounce off this level, and now it is looking like it's going to head upwards. Okay, so overall on the weekly time frame for the DXY, price is bullish. Why? Because price did this, okay, came down, took out this low right here. So on the weekly time frame, we're still bullish. For us to be bearish, okay, for us to be bullish on the DXY, okay, we're going to need to see price come take out this high right here. Okay, go to the upside, then we can consider the weekly bullish. But for now, we're bearish, structurally speaking, on the weekly time frame. Okay, so we wait for price to take out this high right here. All right, so now we go down to the daily time frame. What do we have? We can see that price is actually playing at this supply zone right here. Okay, so price actually maintains structure. We can see the push from here, okay, going upwards. This is actually an internal structure right here. This is an internal structure. All right, and then price went up, okay, took out this high right here, and then give us a double top up here. And then now look at this flip zone right here, or you may wish to call it a support turn resistance zone. So price came here, did this, came down, all right, did this, and then this, took out this liquidity here, and then moved to the upside. So also breaking this high up here. Okay, so it's established, all right, that the daily time frame is also bullish. Okay, daily time frame is bullish. All right, so what do we have now? We have price at this level. Okay, so what will price do? That's what we don't know. We are going to wait for this week to decide. Let's see what price is going to do this week. All right, will price break through this level, or will it come down below, or will it come down below before going upward? Because my positioning, my take for this for the DXY right now, for the dollar currency, is that it's going to be bullish in the coming week. However, if price informs me otherwise, I will ask otherwise. All right, so now we go to the 4 hour time frame. Okay, we go to the 4 hour time frame. Still at this level here, price have to decide whether it wants to break this level or it wants to go down. Okay, so you can see price making a run for it, came down here, took out this liquidity, and then made a push all the way to the top, took out this high right here. So this is a key decision area for the dollar index in the coming week. So we're going to see what price is going to do. Okay, so on the 1 hour, not much difference with the 4 hour because they have similar structure. All right, okay, just that we have, of course, some little internal structures also here on the 1 hour, which is, can we see that this high was taken out, okay, by this move right here, okay, and then price came down, went up, came down again, bounced off this demand zone right here, all right, and then now still on the push. So it has not given us a high to say that okay, it has been established that a high has been created, and then maybe we'll look for if there's a high and that high taken out and then before going down or whatever. But we're going to wait for price to also decide. So both the daily, the 4 hour and the 1 hour are depending on this level, to give us proper information as to what the DXY wants to do. Okay, so that's it for the DXY. So we go to a dollar related pair like the Euro USD. So right here on the Euro USD, of course, it's a no-brainer. We can see that the trend is down, okay, and then we can also see this beautiful, M pattern with a lower touch, okay, with a lower head. All right, so price taking out these points here and then going up. So on the monthly time frame, okay, price is actually bullish, okay, structurally speaking, okay, but the candle also informs us otherwise over here. All right, so let me take out these annotations. All right, then we go to on the monthly time frame. We can see that price is actually playing around this level right here. Price actually bounced off this fair value gap on the monthly time frame. So will it be heading downwards? We don't know. So we're going to look at this week, okay? But the sentiment right here is that price is going to be bearish for this coming week. That's on the monthly time frame. Okay, however, we established that on the monthly time frame, price is actually bearish. Okay, so now we go down to the weekly time frame, and then we can see that price is actually bound in a range. Okay, at this point here and at this point here. Okay, what will price do? Will price come and take out this liquidity? Because on the weekly, the next reasonable zone, which is a demand zone on the weekly, is right here at this point here. All right, so we'll be looking for price to probably come here, take out this liquidity, play around, and then dip into this demand zone before heading up, or break down and keep going downwards. All right, so we'll keep watching what price is going to do as price unfold in the coming week. Okay, but for now, like I said, I'm actually looking for price to come into this demand zone right here. Then we go to the daily time frame, which is where price gets more interesting. Things actually get more interesting right here now. So price actually has a key zone where it needs to decide if it wants to go up or it wants to go down. Okay, so I would say at this point, price is actually in limbo. Okay, will price make a bounce of its level to the upside, or will it make a bounce to the downside? All right, let's not forget that on the daily, we are having a bullish market structure on the daily right here. Okay, so price took out this low. All right, now it has gone up. Okay, it has gone up. Okay, give us this price action, gone up like this, and then headed to the top. So it took out all this liquidity here and this high right here. Okay, also made a break of this one. So for now, okay, price is actually bullish. Okay, so guys, the daily is not yet bearish. Okay, it's not yet bearish until this low is eliminated. The daily is still bullish. Okay, because this is the push that made a break of this high here, this high here. All right, this low is a mini actual low in the sense that it did not take out this high. If it had taken, if this low right here, taking out this high, then we can say that okay, right now the daily is bearish. But according to the rules and the protocols of structural definition um, in from price action, all right, we're looking at this level to be eliminated for us to consider the Euro USD as being bearish totally, as on daily time frame, of course. Okay, so what do we have now? We go to the 4 hour. So the 4 hour also, on the 4 hour, we're also waiting for price to make a decision at this point right here, because the market closed around here on Friday. The market closed around here on Friday. Okay, the market closed here. All right, so this is actually a minimal position for the currency. All right, price is trying to decide. So let's see if the market decide next week. Okay, so we go down to the 1 hour time frame, still at the same point. So we are all looking for what price will do at this daily demand zone right here. We're looking for what price is gonna do. Okay, so for me, if price actually comes to do this, if price come and take out this high right here, then we can now be looking for bullish price action to the upside. However, I'm not comfortable buying this pair right now. Okay, even though I see bullish action to the upside, I'm gonna fold my hands, all right, because all the data I've gathered over time is saying that we need to actually sell the Euro USD. Okay, so there you have it for the Euro USD. So let's not forget, okay, the fundamental for this is actually to sell the Euro USD on the monthly. We have to sell the Euro USD, except for the weekly time frame, which is pointing upwards. Okay, and then the daily is also bullish for the time being. Also, we are actually at a key decision point now on the Euro USD, and then we have the 4 hour to be bearish, and we have the 1 hour to be bearish. So we have 3 time frames. That's 3 elements aligned now. That's the monthly time frame, the 4 hour, and the 1 hour. So we're waiting for the daily and the monthly and the weekly rather to align with the monthly, so that they will all be in the same alignment. Okay, that's the habit when it comes to top-down analysis. Okay, you want the time frames to align with each other. All right, so now we move to the next pair, which is the AUDUSD. So guys, here we have with us the AUDUSD on the monthly time frame. Okay, so this is also a no-brainer. All right, we don't have to wait much time here because I'm trying to keep this video very short. You can see that it is bullish, and then price have come into this zone right here, which is a supply zone on the monthly time frame, and it has actually given us a bounce off this zone right here. Okay, on the monthly time frame. So will it head down? Let's see how price unfolds in the coming quarter. All right, so we go down to the weekly. The weekly right now, the weekly time frame for the AUDUSD is actually bullish also. It's bullish. Okay, why? Because price took out this low right here. Look at what price did. Took out this low and then head to the top to this point here, came down, all right, went up, took out this point here, and then price came, tested this low, okay, equal low right here, and then went up, took out this high also, and then now price are now tap into this fair value gap on the weekly time frame, and probably now heading to the downside. For me, on the AUDUSD, the most interesting and the most captivating element, or the most captivating item right here, is this guy here. Can you see this guy? This bearish pin bar. Okay, we cannot ignore this bearish pin bar. We should not ignore this bearish pin bar. Okay, this signifies that price may want to head to the downside in the coming week. Okay, so even I'll be looking for bearish evidence to the downside. Okay, bearish evidence to the downside, and let's see if price will be generous enough to push itself to this level, this low right here. Okay, and let's also forget that we have this fair value gap staring at us in the face right here, in between these two candles. Okay, you can see this fair value gap. So maybe price, this also can also serve as a magnet for price to come down to this point right here. Okay, so there you have it on the weekly. On the daily, so we go to the daily also where things start getting more interesting. So on the daily, we still have price to be bullish according to market structure. All right, we can see that price made a push for the upside, down, going up, and then coming down here also, and then going up, and then now price at this point here. So if for price to be bearish, okay, price will have to take out this low right here. I see price maybe giving us a little bounce off, which they've actually done right now, giving us a bounce off this level, and then going up and then coming down to this point, and maybe doing something like this, and then to this point, and then coming to clear this liquidity at this point, or this low right here also. Okay, so I'll be looking to sell the Euro USD, I mean the AUD USD at this point right here. Okay, so even though we have liquidity here, we also have this fair value gap around this point here. Not the best fair value gap you can see, but we have this void right here to be filled by price. So we have a price magnet that also pull price to the downside. Okay, so let's go down to the 4-hour also. So the structure on the 4-hour and the daily are kind of similar, all right, except for the fact that we introduced, at this point, we actually introduced this trend line on the 4-hour. All right, so what do we have here? We have price coming to this low, going up, coming down, bouncing off this trend line, going up, going all the way up, coming down, and then going up again. So taking out this high, taking out this high, taking out this high. So we're actually bullish on the 4-hour right here. Okay, so we can actually see price at this level here coming to bounce off this low. So we're actually also going to wait for price to come down and see if price will do something like this. Like I said, look, even though price presents bullish opportunities for me in the coming week on the AUD USD, I don't want to be a part of it. I actually don't want to be a part of it. I actually want to just like I'm anticipating bearish price action. So if I see bearish price action, then I'm going to be selling the AUD-USD. I don't want to have any business buying the AUD-USD at this point, which I don't advise any of you to do. Okay, so the 4-hour and the 1-hour are having similar market structure. Okay, so we're also right here on the 1-hour. Price also at this key decision making area right here. Okay, so we wait for price to tell us what it wants to do next at this point. So there you have it on the AUD-USD. We are looking for bearish price action in the coming week. Okay, so right here with me, we have the yen baskets, which is also the yen index. And what do we have right here? So from the fundamental standpoint, okay, all right, we're actually looking at the interest rates of the yen index, which is actually the primary concern right now by the Bank of Japan. Okay, the interest rates. So the yen index actually have the lowest interest rate. The yen have the lowest interest rate right now among the major currency pairs in the market right now. So everyone is actually people have been dumping, traders have been dumping. As traders, banks, institutional, all the participants in the industry have actually been dumping the JPY, that's the yen index, has been dropping right now. It has been headed south for some time now. And so right now, what is happening is that on the monthly time frame, okay, we're actually at a key decision zone. Okay, will the markets hold? Will this level right here hold? Will it hold? Okay, is it going to hold? All right, will the Bank of Japan allow the yen to actually break below this level? Okay, which is what we don't know. So in the coming week, so this week that we're actually entering is actually a pivotal week for the currency market. So this week is going to set some precedents, okay, as how we're going to proceed with our analysis in the coming quarter. All right, so we're going to know next week if price is going to hold or if it's not going to hold. Okay, so I'm going to the weekly time frame. We go down to the weekly time frame. Okay, let me take this out right from here. So the weekly time frame, okay, we are still at this point right here. Can we see this point? The weekly is also bearish. Okay, the weekly is bearish, just like we established that the monthly is bearish, the weekly is bearish, and we can see price at this point, this weekly demand zone right here, which is also the lowest low. Okay, let me see what I can. Lowest low ever. Okay, so what will happen here? We don't know. Let's see if price is going to give us something reasonable. Okay, so let's just head down to the daily. Okay, and then we can see what is happening here. So why I'm actually bringing you here right now is to draw your attention to something very interesting for supply and demand traders. Okay, now can we see this level right here? This is the daily demand zone. Okay, which we took off this point right here. This candlestick action right here. Okay, this bullish candlestick action right here. All right, so now we can see that this daily zone is nested within the weekly zone and also nested, and the weekly zone is nested in the monthly zone right here. Okay, so like I said, this is actually a key zone that should actually look out for the yen index. Okay, all right, so that's it for the daily, for that's the daily time frame. We want to see whether price is going to drive itself into this point here. We actually want to draw our attention to, okay, uh is the 4 hour time frame, where we can see price in clearer detail. Okay, so we can see that prices have actually been in a range for over 2 weeks now. Okay, that's this range right here. That's this range right here. We can see liquidity resting here, liquidity resting here also, and then price is now trying to head down to this daily demand zone right here. So probably before price will push into this zone, price may actually want to make for this 4 hour supply zone also before going to the downside. So what we actually look forward to is price doing this, okay, on the daily time frame. Okay, it has given us a market structure shift on the daily time frame on the 4 hour, and then if we see this in the coming week, then we can now position ourselves for some buy to the upside. Okay, from buy to the upside, because one place that price likes to bounce off is when it comes to the lowest low. So all we have to do right now is actually observe price and see what price have for us in the days to come. All right, so I now want to go down to the 1 hour, because the 1 hour is having similar price action with the 4 hour right now. Okay, so let's head to a yen basket, one of the yen basket pairs, which is the pounds JPY. Okay, what do we have? We can see that on the monthly. All right, this is a no-brainer. The this pair is bullish at the moment. All right, so we go down to the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame. We also have the weekly time frame to be bullish. Okay, price is on the rise, and then on the daily we have this time frame to be also bullish on the daily time frame. Okay, so what do we have now on daily time frame? So now this is where things gets more interesting. Okay, now what do we have here? Look at this in detail. Okay, we can see that price actually bounced off this zone right here. The reason why I put 4 hour sequence zone is because this zone also goes down to the 4 hour. You're also going to see this zone in fact in more better detail on the 4 hour. So now what I want to draw our attention to is this candlestick right here. Can we see this candle right here? Okay, this bullish engulfing pattern on the daily time frame. Okay, meaning that price wants to still have some upward movement in the coming week probably. And then we also have this one. This is also something like an exhaustion candle, which is like a pin bar. And then we now have this also. What do we have here? Look at this, guys. Very beautiful. This is a morning star. For those of us that have been paying attention, that's a morning star. Okay, all right, so what do we have? We now have price coming for this high right here. Okay, so we're going to stay tuned and see what price have for us. I'll prefer this analysis on the 4 hour, because on the 4 hour I have clearer details. Okay, so you can see this on the 4 hour. What has price done? Price have come to take out this high right here on the 4 hour, signifying that the 4 hour is also still bullish. And then we can see all this price action here, and then now price headed for this high up here. Okay, so let's go down to the 1 hour, where I'm positioning myself for a buy. So after this bounce right here, so after this bounce of this level, okay, price have come to take out this high here. Okay, what do we have here? You can see what price did. So price made a push for the upside and took out this high here. Okay, signifying that the 1 hour is also bullish. Now my area of interest on the 1 hour is this zone right here. So I'm waiting for the market to pull into this zone and then position myself for a buy on the lower time frame. All right, so this is actually my favorite pair for the week, which is the pounds JPY. Okay, and why? Because all the elements are aligned. All the elements are in my favor for a buy. Okay, the fundamental is saying buy, the monthly time frame buy, the weekly time frame buy, the daily time frame is saying buy, the 4 hour and the 1 hour are all saying buy. So 6 things are aligned for me for a buy. All right, so I'm also going to be waiting for further confirmation on the lower time frame at that level. That's this level which I mark right there, this level here. Okay, I'm waiting for the time frame, this zone here to be tested, and then giving confirmation that it wants to go up before I place a trade. So guys, there you have it from here at Proculus Trading. Okay, this is the analysis for the week, the upcoming week. So guys, stay tuned. All right, and I wish you success in the coming week. I wish you profitable endeavors in the coming week. I wish that you make money this week. All right, so please stay tuned, stay consistent, and make sure that you always stay disciplined and stick to your trading rules. Okay, so my name is Kenneth Unaji, and I remain your everyday forex trading inspiration. Take care and bye for now.